Morning everyone, hi there. Ivan here from Classroom Secrets. I hope you're all well, I hope you're all staying safe. Today I've got a quick activity linked to the Year 6 objective of finding the area and perimeter of rectilinear shapes. So you won't need a lot today, it's just things you find around the house. So you need some paper, a pen, a pencil, some paper, some card. If you've got a card, if you don't have a card, just use paper, it's fine. For the purpose of today, I've got a card just to demonstrate it a bit easier. You will definitely need a ruler though, because we will be using it to measure our perimeter. So if I switch around really quickly, you'll be able to see the setup. So in terms of setup, you'll see already I've got a multitude of different length rectangles because we will be using these today to create different objects and different shapes. Now, you can create these by hand like I have done today. When you do them, just make sure you do use a ruler, and my suggestion is to keep the measurements of your rectangles within the centimeters. So use your centimeters, use your ruler. Try not to go to the decimals because it can confuse children. So for the purpose of today, I'm just going to stick to centimeters, whole integers. So here I've got my rectangles. I'm going to leave them to one side for a second. I've also got some card, and these are optional, but it does add that element of surprise while you're doing this activity. So I do suggest to use them. You don't have to, but again, it adds that element of surprise. If I turn them around, you'll see the cards I've created. They've got loads of different animals. I've got the dog, a sheep, a snake, goes all the way from pig. Oh, that'll be a fun one, camel. Right, so you've got loads of animals here. So I'm going to leave that to one side. I'll show you why that comes in a second. If you don't want to create these using paper and pen or pencil, you can create them on PowerPoint or Word, and it's got a really useful tool where you can create your shapes and put your dimensions in. So you can put the shape onto 2 centimeters on one side, 1 centimeter on the other side. So it does the measurements for you. The reason I've done it on paper today was because my printer was just not happy with me today, and it just decided not to print. So hey, technology, right? So when it works, it's brilliant. When it doesn't work, it's just not worth the hassle, really. So yeah, let's see. I've got my 2 formulas here today. This is just for children who get confused between the two, because as we're doing the activity, we will be talking about the area and the perimeter. So these are optional, but I've just got them out just to show you. So to find the perimeter, it's the width plus the length of the shape times by 2, because a rectangle has 4 sides. So we need to take into account all 4 sides. And just to recap, the perimeter is the distance on the outside of the shape. The area, on the other hand, is a different formula. We've got length times width. So it's the length here. So if I take a rectangle really quickly, it's the length times the width, and that's the area or the space within the shape. So we will be taking into account both of these today. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave these to one side, and the objective today is to create objects or animals using these rectilinear shapes, and then we're going to find the perimeter and the area of them. Now, I've got these cards here, and again, these are optional, but I'm going to do them anyway, because I like my surprises, so I'm going to shuffle my cards now really quickly. Oh, please be a good one. Easy, easy. Oh, camel. Right, okay, let's do a camel. That's going to be fun. Right, so if I take my shapes, how am I going to make a camel? Right, let's go for this. I'm going to start here with the body. That can be the body. The hump I need for a camel. So I'm going to add the hump in here. Let's just add it there. Add it there. Oh god. This is going to be fun. Right, I need my legs now, so let's use these thin rectangles, and I'm going to put these down here. Right there. Because this is going to be a side view of the camel, I'm going to be putting them, you'll just be able to see 2 legs, so I won't put all 4 down. The tail I need, so let's go for this one here. Hey, this ain't too bad. This isn't too bad. This is all right. Right, add that there. Oh, come on. That'll do. I need a neck. What can I have for my neck? Let's go for another thin one here. That could be a neck. You know what? I'm quite impressed with this. Right. I need a head now, so this can be the head. Hey, you know what? Don't tell me you can never do anything, because that's a really good camel. Right, so there's my camel. So that's it. That's the easy part of creating the camel. So our next part is to actually measure the perimeter and the area of the camel. So to do that, we do need our ruler. One thing to bear in mind is that children, a lot of them tend to use the end of it. So when we're measuring, they'll measure from the end of the ruler, but we actually need to start at 0. So just make sure your child is doing that when you're doing it with children, because that's a common misconception children can have. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start off with the legs. So the legs are, that's 1 centimeter. So I'm going to put 1 centimetre. In fact, you know what? I'll switch over to felt tip so you can see it a bit easier. So that width is 1 centimetre. I'll move these rectangles out of the way so I've got a bit more space to play with then. Right, and what's the length of this? So the length of the rectangle is 1, 2, 3. So that's 4 centimetres. Because these are the same, because I measured them before, that's going to be 4 centimetres, that's going to be 1 centimetre. Right, okay, let's have a look at the head then. So the head's going to be 1, 2, 3, 3 centimetres. And then let's have a look. 2 centimetres. 2 centimetres. I'm trying not to put it on the actual paper because it'll move the rectangle in. I suppose you could Pritt stick it down when you're doing this. So that's 1 centimetre. So that's 1 centimetre, the width of that one. The length of that rectangle, then let's see, 1, 2, 3. That's 4 centimetres. Okay, let's have a look at the body now. 1, 2, 3. That's 5 centimetres. And the width of that is 3 centimetres. Hopefully it's not moving too much so you can still see it. Right, 3 centimetres for the length of that hump. Let's see, that's 2 centimetres for the width. Right, last one, tail. So that is going to be 2 centimetres. And that is going to be 1 centimetre. Right, so I've got my entire measurements. That's my perimeter now. So again, to work out the perimeter, you could just add up all the digits together. It might be easier actually because, oh, actually, do you know what? One thing to bear in mind is that when you are joining these rectangles together, because we're joining them, so for example, this 1 centimetre and 4 centimetre one here, that's not going to affect the perimeter because it's only joining from the corner. I've still got my length here, This side will be affected because I've joined the head to the, to the neck, to the ear. So you do need to take into account when we're doing the perimeter, we have to subtract the 3 centimetres from this 4 centimetre to take into account there. So that's going to be 1 centimetre there. And it's just a case of bearing that in mind. So in your SATs papers, because children are used to working out the perimeter of shapes, when things like compound shapes do come up, when they're joined together, it might trip them up. So it's just something to bear in mind when you're doing this. So if we just add them together, so we've got 1 centimetre here, 4, that's what, 4, 8, 9, 9 centimetres. I don't take into account that 1 centimetre because I've joined it onto this shape here. So at the moment, this one's 9. That's 9 centimetres in terms of perimeter. This one again, that's going to be the same. I've got 4, 4, 1, that's 9 centimetres. Let's have a look at this one. Right, because I've got my 5 centimetres down here, I'm subtracting my 1 centimetre by 1 centimetre. So this one's going to be 3 centimetres on this side. So I'm going to switch this to 3 centimetres. So remember, that's still going to be 3 centimetres. So that's fine. In fact, let me circle them so I can remember. And then I've got my 1 centimetre and 2 centimetres here, 1 centimetre there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 centimetres. Subtract the 2 from this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. So don't think like 1. So that's still 4 centimetres. That one. It can get a bit messy, this actually, you know. So you might be better off with a bigger piece of paper to work out your answers. 2 centimetres plus 3 centimetres plus 2 centimetres. I don't count this one because I've joined them, so it's a compound shape. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 centimetres. That's 7 centimetres. So I've done that. What about this side here? So that was 5. I've taken this 3 off. So that's 2 centimetres here. That's still 4 centimetres, so I can circle that one. That's 1 centimetre, so that's fine. 2 centimetres, so this one's still 2 centimetres. 3 centimetres still that. And then this bottom side is still going to be 2 centimetres. So now I've got the measurements, I can go ahead and add them up. So let's see, 9, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, yeah, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 46 centimetres, right. So my perimeter of my shape is 46. Do you know what, that was a lot trickier than I thought it'd be. I thought it'd be quite straightforward, that. If you spot any mistakes that I've made, please let me know. That's the risk of doing it live, I suppose, because you are on camera. So I may have done a mistake. If you spot upon, let me know. Make sure you pick that up when you're doing it with children. Right. So that's the perimeter. That's the distance on the outside. Now I need to work on my area. Now the area is a bit more straightforward because regardless of whether you join your shapes to make compound shapes or if you join them like this, where you just join the points, it doesn't affect it because the area within the shape will still maintain the same, because we're not overlapping shapes. The space within it will still be the same. So here I had 2 centimeters plus, so let's work out 2 centimeters times 3. So that is 6 centimeters squared. So make sure you write in squared when you're doing area, because we're measuring area now, not perimeter. So that's that one done. So 1 times 4. In fact, I won't put centimeters down, save me a bit of space there. So that's 4 centimeters squared. So I've done those two there. This one's 3 times 5. So that's going to be 15 centimeters squared. 3 times 2. That's the hump. That's going to be 6 centimeters squared. Let's see what's in. So that was 2. 2 and 1. 2 and 1. So 2 and 1 is going to be 2. 2 times 1 equals 2. So what have we done so far? I've done 1, 2, 3, 5 shapes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shapes. That's fine. I just need to do the legs now. So 4 times 1. I've got that 2 times. I've got 2 legs. 2. That's going to be 4 centimeters squared. Right, there you go. So that's the area of all my rectangles. So what I'm going to do now is just add them all together, and that will be the area of my rectangle. So 6 plus 4, that's 10, plus 15, that's 25, plus the 6, that's, let's see, 25, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. There you go. So the area of my camel is 41 centimeters squared. Perimeter is 46 centimeters squared. That was a lot trickier than I thought it'd be. So hopefully, when you're doing this at home, you can just be a bit more careful with how you place your numbers. I should use a bigger piece of paper today, so I'll bear that in mind for next time. But yeah, hopefully you found that useful. Again, there's nothing to stop you from using it with your younger or older children. If you are using it with your younger children, I do suggest that adults or parents, you cut out or you measure the rectangles yourself. Otherwise, if you get incorrect measurements, it just won't work, and you'll get decimal numbers, and just confuse children really. So yeah, that's it. So if I just turn the camera around just so I can say bye again. Right, so hopefully you found that useful. I will use a bigger piece of paper next time just so you can see the working out a bit more clearer. But let me know what you think. If you can think of any improvements I can make to the game, or if you have any suggestions, leave it in the comments. It helps other people watching the video as well. But yeah, have fun, stay safe, and hopefully see you again next time. Bye for now. Bye.